what's the average ballpark income they would make, the commission they would make by helping that client protect their money?
Yeah, absolutely. So on the client we used in this example, which was a 60-year-old, so average age, 10-year product, 225,000, brand new agent, never issued an annuity, would have made about $12,000.
$12,000.
Yep.
Brady Paulson here, Family First Life America. Beyond excited to have the director of SRS, Bridget Reimer, on with us. She's going to cover the two ways that clients can benefit from annuity.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So the topic today is, and Grady, thanks for having me again. This is awesome, and I love helping you guys and teaching. The idea behind this training is that most people who have a lump sum of money are looking for one of two things, income or safe growth, right? And so we don't need to overcomplicate it and try to figure out all these goals. Most goals for a client are going to fall into one of those two categories. And so what I want to share today is how we solve for those two needs and give you just like a glimpse into the product offerings and how those products work against each other for the benefit of the client. Mastering two concepts. That's it, right? So safe growth and income. And the whole goal here is to keep this simple enough and make it simple enough for you to access right away and feel confident offering this stuff to your clients right away. So I'm going to share my screen and pull up that presentation for you. All right, we will get going. Okay, so like I said, how an FIA can solve the top two needs that most of our clients have. They're either looking for growth, income, or maybe a combination of the both, right? So growth, if we're focusing on our growth clients, most clients want a safe place to put their money with no risk. Like that's just simply put, I don't want to lose anything, can't afford to lose anything. What can I do with it? Growth-focused annuities can provide that while also still providing the flexibility to figure out how to spend it later, meaning they don't have to commit to the income riders. They don't have to commit to when they're going to start taking out money and how they're going to do it. There's so much flexibility in a growth-focused annuity. And then we have the alternative, income. Some clients know what their income needs are right away. They have a plan, right? They know exactly how much they want to be making in retirement, or maybe they're already retired and they know how much they need to be taking out. Income-focused annuities can provide a guaranteed income for now, if I'm that person who's retired, or later, if I'm planning and gearing up for it, while still maintaining access to their cash value. And that's specific to a fixed index annuity, right? Because there are income annuities out there. One of the oldest annuities out there is called a SPIA. It's a single premium immediate annuity where you trade a lump sum for an income payment. You're transferring that money. You're giving the whole money, the whole lump sum of money to that insurance company, and they're saying, here's your income for life, no matter what. In that traditional sense of a SPIA, you lose, it's not cash value. You're not indexing it. You're not earning. You're just trading off for the income. Well, the fixed index annuities that we have access to today, I believe are far better than that because we aren't locked into that decision, right? We still get to access cash value and take advantage of indexing while taking an income for life. So let's look at the two. We're going to start with the benefits of a growth annuity. And you guys, a lot of this is going to probably sound repetitive to the trainings we talked about earlier, the 3 benefits of an FIA that we did, a couple weeks ago or about a month ago. And the point behind that repetition is it really is that simple. All annuities follow those base concepts and fundamentals. And so I repeat them so that you learn it and that it doesn't change that much, right? Product to product, they all maintain those same principles. So the number one being a growth annuity is going to take away all the market loss, all the risk, right? Using a fixed index annuity. The growth annuities we typically present and promote have no fees or charges, right? It preserves as much of the client's premium as possible by not charging them anything. Now, there's always optional charges to add on features you might want. Most of our growth annuities are going to have a bonus, which is a great way to help recoup some losses that clients have seen in the market, right? It helps bring back some of the money that they've maybe lost. We have crazy good products, you guys. Like we have the top annuity carriers in the industry, multiple of them. Premium bonuses up to 20%. Like that's pretty huge. How many clients lost 20% last year? and could get into a growth annuity now and instantly earn back that 20% they lost. It takes years to come back from a market loss like that, right? Especially in our earning years when we're contributing money. It takes so many years to dig back out of that 20% loss, because remember, that market's not locked in gains. It has higher earning potential than other safe investments, right? That's why we use a fixed index annuity for growth, is because they're just as safe as a CD or a savings account, but they have higher earning potential. We can still access our money. Again, talking about that flexibility that I have listed there and talked about. It ranges from 5 to 10%, depending on product. We can build it out to the client's needs, right? They get to take advantage of the tax deferred growth, meaning they're not having to cash out their earnings every year and pay taxes on them as they go. It's all tax deferred. The annuity company will help manage those RMDs, which is a great benefit for a client. There's some hefty penalties if you miss taking your RMD. It's like it's 50%. Like, that's crazy. So don't miss taking your RMDs. And what better way to do that than to have a company who is qualified to manage that for you and tell you, hey, Grady, you need to take your RMD this year, right? Like, they're going to handle and take away that that management for you so that you don't have to worry about it. Again, flexibility. That's the thing I love most about a growth annuity. You can take systematic withdrawals. So meaning you can set it up to be a direct deposit, pay you every month kind of thing. It appears like income, but it's just flexible. You can change that. You can move that percent up or down, right? But it's still direct deposits into your bank account every month. And people like that, right? They like those systematic withdrawals. And then last but not least, because it is an annuity by nature, worst case, it can always be annuitized. You can access annuitization on an annuity, which again takes the lump sum and transfers it into a guaranteed lifetime payment. A lot of these features, you guys, are the same no matter what kind of fixed index annuity that you're looking at. Just how we build it to meet the client's goal is what changes slightly. So let's look at what an actual growth annuity looks like, right? And this isn't, I'm going to show you 2 pages of the illustration today. This is not to teach you everything there is to know about this product so that now you've mastered the Performance Elite 10. Although I'd argue you could probably do it in these 2 pages, okay? Because it's not that complicated, but it's just to give you an idea of how that's played out. If I have a client who's looking for growth, they want safe growth, you've asked the questions, you've done your fact finding, you've asked how much can you afford to lose? Well, really nothing. Can I come back and show you what a product like that might look like for you, right? So what does that look like? How did that roll forward and play out? So in this example, we're looking at the Performance Elite 10 annuity offered through Athene. This is just the base, no fees version, right? This product has won #1 product in the industry multiple years in a row. It's a very powerful product. Athene has fantastic financial ratings. So you can feel good about the companies that you're presenting to your clients as well. In this example, we have a 9% premium bonus. Like I said, most growth annuities that we use are going to have something like that. This is no fees, no charges. 60-year-old male wants to protect his $225,000 IRA. Okay, so he puts it into a Performance Elite annuity. The next box you see highlighted down there is just the index options that we chose. These are recommendations. The client can pick whichever ones they want. Our job here in my office is to kind of stay up to date on these and know which ones are performing the best, which ones have the best diversification, how we should recommend this. You as an agent can dig in and learn them on your own. If you don't want to, please use us, right? And I encourage you to do that so you don't have to overwhelm yourself with this. But those are the 4 recommended index options that I'm using. I put an equal 25% in each, and then I had highlighted the current participation rate here for you. Because if you remember in my IUL 101 training, I talked about a cap and how those indexes on an IUL usually have a cap. Well, the indexes we use on the fixed index annuities typically don't have a cap. There are options that have a cap, but these uncapped indexes are so powerful and awesome that we tend to go toward these ones because you can earn more that way, right? If you have a 5% cap and it does 10%, well, you are capped at 5. So I personally prefer the uncapped options. So you'll see that dictated in a participation rate instead, which is just telling us how much we're going to get of that index return. Okay, so let's forward to the actual numbers. What does this look like in math and played out for our client? So Mr. Client took that $225,000, gave you a one-time lump sum into the annuity, got the median 9% bonus, which totaled about $20,000. So pretty powerful there. His accumulated value right away includes that, by the way, right? You can see year 1, it's $258,000. If he issued this contract and died next week, his beneficiaries get that bonus, penalty free, completely waived, right? So they don't have to adhere to the surrender rules of annuities. So that's a great way to bolster that money for clients looking for a legacy, but it all falls under that same growth concept. The annual assumed interest rate I highlighted there at the top, you guys, it's just the most recent 10-year look back. And that seems crazy for a product that has no risk, right? But that's what they're doing, right? Now, we all know that we came off of a very high 10 years, right? So this is obviously including that market run. The illustrations, you guys, if you dig into them, will show you multiple examples. It'll show you what the low years look like, what the high years look like. They're all still pretty dang good, but it defaults to this 10-year look back. So had I taken this out 10 years ago, fast forward to 2023, 10 years later, this is what my contract would have averaged, 13.01% a year. Now, that means some years might have been 0, some might have been 30%, some might have been 10, right? But if we average it over the 10-year period, that's what we saw. Well, Mr. Client here decides 10 years in, remember, he did this for growth. He didn't know when he wanted to spend it. He wasn't sure what his plan was, maybe for retirement, or how much he would need to live off of, but the growth annuity offers us that flexibility. So 10 years in, he decides, you know, I do need to start taking some money to live off of. So I show a 5% withdrawal on this illustration, just to give him an idea of what this could look like in the future for him. He's not locked into that. He doesn't have to take it. Remember, this is a growth annuity, so we're focused on growth and flexibility. But he starts taking out 5%, and he likes that. So his money keeps earning. He continues to take out 5%. Now we get to the awesome part of these, and these are real numbers, you guys. At age 87, 88, he's taken out $137,000 just that year, because that was 5% of his accumulated value. Over the course of his lifetime, he's accessed almost $1.5 million. And I'm just going, left to right there. So cumulative withdrawals, he's taken out $1.5 million. Remember, he only ever put in the one-time lump sum. And he still has $3.3 million left. Like those are real numbers. And if you guys can't get behind that and believe in them, you're missing something, right? You have to be a believer in what you're offering. I believe you need to be a person who feels like you're not cheating somebody. You need to believe what you're selling. And I don't even think it's selling. You're offering them a solution, right? Even in life insurance, I wouldn't call that selling. Like, they need that life insurance. I believe they need that life insurance. Like I'm a living example of a lot of life insurance stories that I could share at another time, right? But I believe in what I'm selling. So this is what I want you guys to see, is believe in what these products can do for your clients. And those numbers tell the story. These are real numbers. It's not just hypothetical data that we input here. So now let's pivot quickly to an income annuity. Again, a lot of these are repeats. So we have a client who knows. They're like, nope, I know I need income in 10 years. My goal is I'm retiring at 70. I want to set up now so I know exactly how much I'm going to get when I'm 70 and I can feel good about that. Same things, no market loss. It's still a fixed index annuities. We offer options with no fees, again, but optional charges based on the needs of the client. Do we need to add an income rider? Do we not need to add one, right? You're going to have benefit-based and premium bonuses depending on the product. In this case, up to 35%, because that's a feature of an income annuity. We have enhanced benefit-based features. So unlike the growth annuity where it's just a straight put the money in, it indexes, this is what it gets. We have some other features on an income annuity that can help grow that benefit base a little bit faster, right? Again, higher earning potential than other safe investments, same penalty-free access. A lot of these overlap with the growth annuity, same tax-deferred growth, same RMD management. It doesn't matter what you're using the annuity for, the company's still going to make sure you're taking your RMDs. And a lot of times on an income annuity, when you're taking an income every month, that's satisfying the RMDs. But guess what? The annuity company is going to do the math for you and make sure it's good. Guaranteed income for life using a rider, not an annuitization. So not the SPIA where you give the lump sum and lose it all, right? This is using an income rider, and this is why we're looking at an income annuity. And then finally, a death benefit. If you haven't spent all your money while you're alive and you still have accumulation value, you can pass a death benefit to your beneficiaries. So let's quickly go into the exact same thing we just looked at, but this time we're looking at a product called the Agility 10. This is a client, same 60-year-old male, same $225,000, but he knew he wanted income. So we looked at this kind of product. The Agility 10, he can take income at 10 years or later. So we are able to keep this as a no fee, no charge option on the annuity. Highlighted some features down there at the bottom for you. He gets a benefit-based bonus of $78,000. Okay, so that adds to his $225,000, and I'll show you on that next page. And then they have some other features here, those roll-ups I was talking about. Like I said, I'm not trying to teach you all the intricacies of this product right now, just give you an idea of how these products can work. So we have the $225,000 we put in. This time the assumed interest rate over the past 10 years was 9.45%. And that is naturally lower than a growth annuity because this product has other features to be able to provide him income, remember, because that was our focus. But year one, that $225,000 plus the $78,000 benefit-based bonus, and we earned that 9.45%, makes that benefit-based $320,000 and a death benefit, like I said, of $234,000. So we're going to fast forward to year 10 on this specific product. Remember, we had Mr. Client who knew he wanted income in 10 years and wanted to see that solution. So that's what we provided him. So starting at that year, his benefit base is now $890,000 because it has those special features, right, that help us make that number higher, whereas accumulated value is only $560,000. But let me point out why that's important right here. If my payout factor, so if I'm going to get a guaranteed 5% for life, let's just say it's 5%, is 5% of 560,000 higher, or is 5% of 890,000 higher, right? Math tells me that 5% of that 890 is higher, and that's what a benefit base is supposed to do. Yes, it's not real cash, but I get to take 5% of that, not 5% of the growth part, right? So that's the power of a benefit base. So he's 70, he turns on that income rider, and his payout on that 890 is that 47,000, and that's locked in for life. That's the minimum he will get every year. This annuity happens to have a cool feature where he can actually earn more every single year. And that's why you see that number going up. I want to point out 2 different years and then we're done. 78. He's now taken $623,000. Remember, he only put in the 225, and he still has the benefit base that's slowly going down, but he still has a death benefit. So remember how I said, you don't have to give up all your cash. If you were to die at 78 in a SPIA, that money's gone. There's no death benefit. But in a fixed index annuity using an income rider, his family now gets that $286,000 if he dies right there at age 78. But the power of an income annuity is that even when we run out of money, it pays us for life. So scroll down a little further to age 82. He's now taken out almost $1.2 million. He has no money left, but he's still got a payment that year, right? He's still got an income of $144,000 that year. And that's what an income annuity is meant and built to do for our clients. I'm telling you guys, everybody's looking for one of the two, or maybe a combination of the both, right? But it's not this crazy intricate world where you need to solve these complicated financial concepts for your clients. We're not investors here. We're not financial advisors here. You're creating a solution for your client. And most clients are looking for one of those 2 buckets to feel good about where their money is and achieve the 3 things that every fixed index annuity can do for you, which is that no market loss, higher earning potential, and income for life should they choose and need that option. And there you have it. 1 minute over. I apologize.
Put my hair back on. They're fascinating. And so guys, like anything, these are there, and I'm not saying there's a bunch of, me reel in my words right now, guys. They're fascinating. Annuities are fascinating. Growth, people want to protect their money and let it grow. They want to put income in place, 10 years, and then by 78, they'd taken out 1.2 million. They only put in 200,000, didn't touch it, right? So what else are they going to do with the money? Is it going to sit at Bank of America? Is it going to sit in a mattress? Is it going to sit in the market going up and down, right? With anybody that has any money sees the market going up and down over the past little while is more, it wakes you up early and makes you want to work harder so you can replace what the market is doing. But most people don't want to see their money go up and down, guys. They don't want to see the reds. they like the greens, but the reds hurt and it stresses them out. And one of the leading causes of death is inflammation from stress, right? So we can eliminate 60-year-olds stress and lower their inflammation and put their money protected and safely into an annuity based on what their financial goals are. You're compensated, they're better off, and they'll thank you. So another phenomenal training, Bridget. Thank you so much for the details of this. Now, because we're all insurance producers, on those hypothetical examples, as a new agent, a new producer, if they had helped a client 60 years old move 220,000 into the Performance Elite or Agility, what's the average ballpark income they would make, the commission they would make by helping that client protect their money?
Yeah, absolutely. So on the client we used in this example, which was a 60-year-old, so average age, 10-year product, 225,000, brand new agent, never issued an annuity, would have made about $12,000.
$12,000.
Yep. And this is business that stays on the books as well, right? Clients that have that don't, I mean, the persistency's got to be, I haven't ran the number in a while, but it's got to be that 95%. The chargebacks you do ever see are death, right? The client dies in the first year or cancels in the first 20 days of having the contract. That's it. But I'm telling you guys, someone who agrees to let you move their $225,000 to a company isn't going to second guess that once the money gets there. They're not like, oh, maybe I made a mistake. Like if they're going to let you do it and they're going to sign off on that, chances are they're going to follow through and do that, right? So yeah, once the business gets issued, it's very low chargebacks. You can only be charged back on very specific stipulations, which are way less than any client making a monthly premium. So like I said, if the client dies in the first year or they access the free look period, which is typically 20 days, can be 30 days in some state, but after that period, you're good.
You're good. And wow. And so you have a team though that will help agents with the moving and any questions?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so fflams.com. We'll try to put it on here on the screen, or in the ILC where you purchase leads, the last button says ask a specialist. You put in the client's information. You've got a family member, you've got a friend, you've got a client that has some money that's nervous about the market. Submit it to ask a specialist. Let them help you and give you some information. You can go back to the client, show them what's possible, and then use your upline or use someone in our team, and they'll help you kind of put that product through and help the client get their money protected, guys. So Bridget, another phenomenal training. Thank you so much for your time, your wealth of knowledge. And everybody, please drop a 5, just going 5 right now in the comments below to give Bridget a high 5 for how well she, for just crushing it for us. So
yeah,
thank you as always, Bridget.
Yeah, take care, guys.
All right, take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
All right, everybody. The next step is let's get you started, right? You've got FFL AMS, you've got fflamerica.com/SRS, and your goal within those two things is to grow your brain, right? If you're basketball's on right now, if you're trying to become an elite sports athlete, you practice early mornings, at lunch, after school, until when the sun goes down, right? Do you want to become an elite insurance broker? Do you want to become a top producer in our company? Do you want to earn the coveted red jacket and walk across stage in Dallas coming up? Do you want to learn it so well that you can teach your team how to do this? And then you now have created a profitable, healthy agency where your agents are now being put in a position where they're making consistent money by helping clients, right? These are products that you can offer, that you have access to, that you can succeed at if you just jump in, dig in, follow the training. Now, term, whole life, our internet life leads, our aged mortgage, our different lead vendors are the bread and butter to find these clients. But putting yourself in a positive, confident position by learning the intricacies of them. So when you get up to the plate and they throw the fastball down when they throw the fastball, you can hit it out of the park because you're educated on how to start the conversation with the client. So guys, appreciate you all. See you next week. Bye for now.